Hello everybody, my name is Miguel. Welcome back to Lucid9. So this girl who oddly looks familiar, like once I've stopped recording, I'm recording this after those videos, so this is like a complete session. I'm wearing the same little teal blue shirt, so this is like the fourth of this session, and this makes it episode 8 if you guys are watching this on YouTube. Anywho, when I finished recording the last video, I realized that this is the brunette girl. I could be wrong, I don't know. I mean, she looks exactly like the brunette girl, Elizabeth's friend, but I won't know for sure. Like I said, I could be wrong, I don't know. It's pretty obvious that she does look like it. She's just wearing like that as like a disguise. I mean, I recognize those glasses anywhere. Anywho, maybe I should call the hospital and see if they have a runaway mental patient. But she's not wearing hospital clothes. Look, kid, I don't know what your problem is, but... Kid? The pleasantly cool air suddenly develops a rather harsh chill. Ooh. She must be in one of those phases. Just another 14-year-old expecting to be treated with the dignity of a grandmother. Albeit a 14-year-old who apparently memorized the dictionary. Well, whatever you are, generally speaking, it's pretty rude to just run up to some random stranger and insult them. Surely your idiocy has risen to a level beyond which I have previously surmised. She immediately digs into her pocket and flashes something in front of my face. Shiguri Inomoto, freelance detective. Oh. Legally certified to inspect crime scenes, obtain private files, and if necessary, interrogate unduly inquisitive citizens with the observational finesse of a blind bat. And you shall note that I am 26 years of age. Oh crap. Wait. What? You're 26? Unless you presume to imply that you are deaf as well as dumb, I suggest. But you're so short! I practically feel ice crystals forming in the air. Well, I should strongly prefer to be short of stature than short of cerebral matter, as seems to be your tendency. Ouch, not a bad blow. But wait, if you're a freelance detective, does that mean that this is an interrogation and I'm a suspect? If I have to go to the police station, do I get excused absences from class? I see no need to reverse your expectation that you will be taking the unexcused absences as they are. Consider it an inevitability similar to your clinical depression. That stops me. What? How could she possibly... What would even make her think something like that? You might as well carry a sign. From your uniform, you are a student of the academy. From the fact that you are wearing it, you attended school this morning. From your presence in town rather than in class, you are, as I believe they call it, playing hooky. From that prescription slip, you're enrolled in the recently developed therapy method that the academy has been boasting. From your fairly normal physicality and social skills, your problem is most likely clinical depression, or something like high-functioning autism. From, okay, I get it, you're a detective. And you're impressed, but pretending not to be. It is pretty impressive. The observations themselves might seem like common sense, but a person who can actually synthesize them is a rare find. Which of course kind of just makes her even more annoying. I relaxed a little, oddly relieved that she hadn't actually secretly researched me. Now it is your turn. My turn. Of course. What can you see from my physical presentation? I invite you to give your brain some much needed exercise. That gets close to firing me up. Close. Sorry, but I have my therapist's instructions to follow. Unless you have any actual business with me, I'd appreciate if you left me alone. I step around her again, this time she doesn't move. But just as I think that I'm home free, I hear a soft whisper drifting from behind me. Do you not wish to play a bigger role in society than an inconsequential pawn in this game of life? Or will you restrict yourself to the confines of your own abilities just because of her? I quietly stop. Oh fuck, shit's getting real. Shit's getting real. Turn around slowly. Tell me how you know that. Right now. I shall, after you prove yourself mentally capable of comprehending the simplest of my explanations. Fine. If she wants to play it that way, let her play it that way. Time to focus. I'll start with... let's see, her body language, the circumstances. Let's start with her body language. She spreads her weight evenly on both feet, unlike most girls who let it tie more on one side of the hip than the other. Even weight on both feet almost sounds like a formal posture. She could be used to formal settings, but that doesn't seem to match very well. The rest of her body language isn't so proper. She seems to hunch slightly with her shoulders loose. No, it's more likely that she's in a fighting stance. Oh, I should pick that then. She seems to relax, but with that bright-eyed look of someone expecting danger around every corner. That kind of weight distribution doesn't seem to come naturally. Maybe she was in sports, or maybe in self-defense at one point, for a while from the looks of it. I'd like to guess martial arts, but I can't say for sure. There are too many possibilities. Okay then. Maybe I should think about it in a different way. Her movements are very crisp and close to the body. When she's speaking, she doesn't gesture very much, even when yelling. Generally speaking, sports emphasize emoting on a huge scale, roaring in victory, bawling in defeat, the works. Not only that, but limbs are trained more for gross motor skills than fine motor skills. On the contrary, Shigiri has very tight control over her hands, almost to the point where she seems stiff, which likely points to something high control, like ballet or archery, or a more subtle martial art like Wing Chun. Well, that still didn't narrow things down too much. Time to move on. I've noticed that when Shigiri moves, she primarily tends to use her... I don't know. Was this supposed to be some kind of memory thingy? There's her right hand there. I'll say left hand. Her left hand is always hovering by her hip, which is likely where her holster would be. Maybe, or could it be coincidental? She doesn't primarily use her left hand for gesturing, at least. I think I'm on the wrong track. Right hand. Her left hand is generally stagnant, with her right often takes the most action, adjusting her glasses or tapping against the hip. Probably safe to assume that she's right-handed. So she used to be involved in a high-control form of physical exercise, and she's right-handed. Is that all I can get from her body language? Well, she doesn't wear any noticeable makeup, she dresses like a kid, and she wears glasses instead of contacts, just calling more attention to her pathetic stature. Wait a minute, when I put it that way, it almost sounds like she wants to be underestimated. Even though she pretends to be indignant about being mistaken for a kid, it looks like that's her intent. Even though she's a freelance detective, she doesn't wear her badge anywhere, or carry a gun, or anything really. She probably believes that being underestimated is a valuable skill. I can't say I personally agree, but hey, she's the 26-year-old freelance detective, not me. The circumstances now. Why here? Why now? Why me? These are all questions I need to address. A detective approached me and bombarded me with questions, but I see no other policemen. Is she doing this because she's bored? No, she was specifically looking for an academy student for some reason. I'm coming up short in this area. I'll have to think about this later. Her clothes, but didn't I? Oh. Unlike the standard professional wear I might expect of a law enforcement agent, she's dressed comfortably. Probably can do that because she's a freelance detective. Hence the word free and lance. They also haven't been ironed in a while, which means either she doesn't care or she's a workaholic, possibly a combination of both. Her shirt proclaims keen, conscious or unconscious association to her egotism. I can't tell much, but I find it strange that she's dressed so casually and expect people to take her seriously. With her height and clothes, is it any wonder that she's often mistaken for a kid? And one more thing bothers me. She wears comfortable looking clothes, which I previously assumed were for efficiency. After all, chasing down criminals in high heels is a stupid idea. And yet nothing stands out. Glasses and hoodie. Hat and jeans. Right, hats are a pain to run in, because unless you keep one hand on them at all times, they're likely to flop around, fall off, or just generally be obnoxious. And the jeans are too tight to opt for flexibility. Running in those would either be very uncomfortable or very, very embarrassing. Which implies that she just dresses how she wants to. Definitely a very headstrong individual. If she doesn't choose casual clothes for comfort, knowing that it can interfere with her job, then is she purposely choosing it to aggravate others, to announce her individualism? It would match with her choosing to be a freelance detective instead of a corporate investigator. Free-spirited, rebellious, and, as I suspect from how she's shamelessly pulling me, aside for no reason, guided more by her heart than her head despite her intellect. Not bad. Next, I should think about... I take a step back to look at the full picture. No, this isn't it. Not quite. It's good information, but it's basic. Nothing stands out. I can't actually use any of this. Time to think a little deeper. Is there anything that can help me? Anything at all? Something I've missed? Dots. In Emoto speaking, yes. If you cannot resolve such an appallingly simple task by your own means, I shall consider your intellect no different than that of a headless chicken's. Good day. Dots. Now, you may want to hasten your efforts before the ground upon which we stand becomes our gravestones. Yeah, I'm on it. I say this distractedly primarily because I noticed she has a flip phone. Ancient technology by today's standards. Buttons, 2-inch screen, primitive camera, the works. Not just that, but it's a terrible looking flip phone. The kind of decor that you'd see on a prepubescent phone. Prepubescent phones. Rhinestones, heart stickers, even the random scrawl from a Sharpie that was too faded into the metal for me to read. It's completely unlike her, which means that it's a wealth of information. While on call, she so graciously turned the phone in my direction, allowing me to catch a glance of her wallpaper. Shock. It was a picture, at least a few years old, of a guy hugging her. Double shock. She was proudly showing off a ring. Not a cheap, cutesy colored ring like the couple bands of a new relationship in its second week. A legitimate diamond ring. Also, she's married. An engagement ring. She's about to get married. But she's not wearing the ring anymore. Oh, so she got divorced. Even looking at her hands in this moment, I can't even tell that she ever worn one. Which means that she once had a fiance and he broke up with her, and he did it. Yeah, well, she's got a phone from a long time ago, so would it mean a while back? Ah, of course. If the engagement had ended recently, I'd see a tan around her finger, or maybe an incident. Or indent. Instead, there's nothing. Which means that the fiance called off the engagement a while ago. She obviously didn't call it off. Not if she's keeping the picture on her phone. In fact, maybe they broke it off amicably. If she... amicably or amicably. I don't know. If she hadn't deleted it yet. Either that or she's a stalker. Oh boy, if she's a stalker, then... Alright, that's much more like it. I think I'm ready. These are choices that I'm afraid might be wrong or change the story, because I remember reading the description, the story is supposed to alter or something, depending on my choice about that walking. I don't know if you guys heard that, but there was like a walking sound, like crunching walking sound, and it went from my left ear to my right ear, and that was close to my ear. I square off my shoulders and look her in the eye. How much time I'm good on time. Sorry about the wedding. Dots. More dots. Hello? What wedding? Is she serious? How can I possibly word this delicately? Yours, the one that your fiance called off a few years ago? Did he? Didn't he? Unless she does have a wedding ring and she doesn't wear... Oh, fuck. Is it in your pocket or something? You might seek to articulate yourself better. Is what in my pocket? Your wedding ring. Why would I have a wedding ring in my pocket? If your fiance didn't call off the wedding, then... Wait. No, there's one more possibility, and since she's in law enforcement, it wouldn't be unlikely. I immediately shut up as a realization dawns on me. That's... I see you have realized. Yes, he never called off the wedding. Because he... Oh my goodness. Because he died. I suddenly feel very, very callous. I'm sorry. Silence. Say nothing that you do not mean. Unless you're manipulating others to extract information, as that is an occupational hazard. Right. Even as she continues on, I mentally hit myself for my error. I shall admit, civilian, that you have done adequately. Train your senses consistently, and you might become moderately useful in the future. Thanks. Really, I'm overwhelmed. But I ask of you this. What is the meaning when a freelance detective approaches a student and asks a string of seemingly unrelated questions to him? Not a crush, just testing him. Because she said that something in the future. So you're testing my intelligence for some reason? Or you're actually marketing intern trying to conduct some bizarre survey. I wouldn't know. Shigori fixes me with an unfathomable stare. The only sign of emotion on her face are her eyebrows, which are almost raised to her hairline. Oh boy, did I fuck up again? I fucked up again, didn't I? What is your name? Sorry? Your name. This has nothing to do with the case, but if I protest, you'll probably smack me with more verbal abuse. Yama Ishimoto. What is she thinking of? Her derision is preferable to her silence. I postulate that you possess an immunity of free time. What is your assessment regarding a coadjutant oh god, I can't fucking read it. Skip it. Who even uses those kinds of words? Are you asking me to be your assistant? Servant, not assistant. Putting me and job in the same sentence is never a good idea. I barely have enough diligence to hand out stuff in class when I'm called by the teacher. How much worse could my punishments be if I worked with a woman? This crazy. Not detention, I assume. And yet, examining pieces of a puzzle, putting them together, framing the whole story, it was fun. Logic, ingenuity, resourcefulness. And almost nothing is fun to me, which makes it doubly interesting. Sure, why not? Good. I will require your contact information, then be off. I take a moment to process this. That's it? Wait, how did you know? Know what? You told me earlier about her. A tense moment ticks by as Shiguri stares evenly at me. Pure conjecture. You can't be serious. You did not appear to notice that my wording was intentionally vague? What? But you said... Do you not wish to play a bigger role in society than an inconsequential pawn in this game of life? Or will you restrict yourself to the confines of your own abilities just because of her? Because of her? Oh, classic bait for confirmation bias. Appeal to a person's general desire for significance. Allude to just one person for some added resonance. All she would have to guess is the gender. 50% chance of striking a chord in her victim. She probably guessed a girl from my personality. I'm not exactly the type to easily befriend guys. A bait. Just a bait. I see you understand. She pushes the phone into my motionless hand. I have registered my cellular number. Tomorrow you will receive a text regarding your next assignment. Keep your evenings free. With that, she simply tips her hat, rolls around, and strides off. What the fuck just happened? What just happened? Honestly. I'm gonna keep going. I got like a couple minutes left. Yeah, I read that already. A bait. A bait? Was it really just a bait? Or is that also a bait? A lie to make me feel better, even though she actually knows. Too many mind games. Clearly I'm not cut out for this. Wait, what did I just accept? Was she serious? Am I actually her errand boy? What did I just get myself into? Uh-oh. Who is it? Did you seriously follow me home? Huh? Why would we do that? We already know where you live. Where you live, man. Oh, hey, I know those voices. Thankfully, it's not Shiguri at the door. It's Masato and Yahiko. Oh, relief. Who are currently the proud bearers of 2 giant plastic bags stamped with the GFC logo. Alright. What's that one? Fucking, I was gonna say boy time, but that sounds a little gay. I honestly was gonna say boy time. Man's night? Whatever, but hanging out, bro time. Hanging out, bro time. Yeah, there we go. Huh? I wasn't expecting that. Although, technically speaking, it was polite of them to knock even though they know my key code. Sup, man? Delivery has arrived. I didn't order anything. Yahiko only points at my phone. Yama Ishimoto. I don't know. Would you go to the moon without AC? Is summer hot on the moon? Oh, they also said I couldn't breathe. That's okay though. I can hold my breath super long. We're coming to your place. Oh, I see. Technically, I should apologize for being so unresponsive, but all I can feel is incredulity. 33 messages? Yahiko only shrugs. You weren't responding? What's a thoughtful, selfless person to do? Not invade my house without warning, probably. I gave you plenty of warning. It doesn't count if I don't see it. You're blind? Classic Yahiko. Might as well have some fun. Oh boy. And time to poke some fun in the next episode, so we'll pick this up in another episode. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like this video, give this video a thumbs up. It'll help me a lot. I would greatly appreciate it. Share this video with friends, and until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye everyone.
Alright, now I think I can go here. Of course, these are all Halloween themed, so I should expect random jump scares from time to time. It's fucking grabbing my Segway right away.
Going without me, Segway.
Oh, you came back for me, Segway. Oh, how nice of you. But too bad you're only here to see my Because it's like what they say, we ride together, we die together.